Oh, the marsh winds hum and the tide rolls in through Croakmire's docks and Bogwatch din. With a lantern glow and a rope well tied, we sail the foam on the mistress tide. Heave away, my hearties, the tide calls home through the loom, the tide sang low. Threads of salt where the moon won't go. From Croakmire's planks to the marsh's veins, we chase creeks, tokens through storm and rain. Whispers call from the deep, where the backward waters run. Keys of seal, stone and song, the hunt's just begun. Step into the tide, where the old pack steer, and follow the whispers beneath the Weir. Past the wraith-lit fog and the crab's dark key, where the backward water pulls dreams to sleep. Now the vault below calls deep and long to claim the key's third song. Whispers call from the deep, where the backward waters run. Keys of seal, stone and song, the hunt's just begun. Step into the tide, where the old pack steer, and follow the whispers beneath the Weir.
I did it again. Yay! I knew it was too good to be true. I'm always muting myself when I shouldn't be. The rest of you should be muted at the moment, or most of you are. Again, I'm Deacon Blues. Welcome, all you role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. This is Deacon's Table, and this is our very first attempt at these 4-part mini-series. They are 4 separate mini-adventure series or episodes that fill out one big storyline. So it will be the same cast of characters for the next 4 episodes. If one of them can't make it because they're sick, we do have fallback folks in place, and we're just mixing up, setting everything up right now. We're missing a few folks in the channel. We're waiting for them to come in, so we will get started momentarily as soon as we have everybody here. I don't know where everybody is, and that's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment. It is. All right. Yeah. There we go. We got two of you here. I'm just waiting. Yeah, you guys can unmute yourself for now, I guess. We will entertain our followers, our viewers. Hello, welcome back, Jenny.
Hello.
I think maybe you guys can unmute yourselves because I muted you. Maybe I don't know. Oh no, DeaconsTable, you've muted yourself. But there you go. Everybody's unmuted. So we're just waiting on Brother Bear. He joined in the last minute there of the pre-stream green rooms. The reason I did that again is just a place for us to basically do this before taking time of the stream and game time up, and so it's not kept here. So that's what we'll do that moving forward. We'll do more. We'll start in the green room and then we'll switch over to here. And once it's done a couple of times, it becomes a little bit more second nature and becomes smooth. Yeah, it's going to be, it should be fun. It should be a good episode if he shows up because we've got, well, I thought there was going to be a double on double situation. I thought there was two Umbra Scions in the party, but there isn't. So one is a little person and the other person is a not so little person. And we are supposed to, if Brother Bear shows up, we're going to have two Ursus bear folk in the party, which means there is a grand total of two Ursus bear folk in Kelpwood, which is rather intriguing.
Can you remind me how to blur my background again?
Yep, you go into your camera setting at the bottom, the little camera icon, the arrow up beside it. You go in there, you do virtual backgrounds, and it should be in there.
Settings. Visual effects.
But the tiger.
Yep.
The tiger's pretty cute.
Yeah. Visual effects.
It's not.
I'm just glad to be playing the game again. Jeez, it's been so long since I've been
It's not letting you into visual effects.
Microphone, camera.
It should be.
Yeah, that's weird. I should have camera, audio, visual effects.
Blur.
Yeah. Visual effects.
Virtual backgrounds blur.
Virtual background. Blur.
And hello, Brother Bear. Welcome.
Hello.
There, I did it.
So we will get started momentarily. We're just a little bit of a confusion today because, again, things are being done. We're changing things. That's what's happening around here. There's been a lot more role play going on in the Discord, at least consistent storylines and plots and so on, which is really good. And at the same time, that means more writing and so on. So it's just been a bit busy times. We're switching things up. I'm trying to make things a little easier for everybody, organizing the way the channels are displayed and so on, and making sure there's a lot more details put into certain things to make it more immersive for certain. People don't have to use all the stuff we put in there. But if they choose to, they can. Like there's an entire section in there about the fashion choices of people of Kelpwood, what they wear, what their outfits generally look like on different classes of society, what their homes look like, and so on. There's some of the characters have actually bought or rented or leased property in the town of Kelpwood, and they have their own Discord channels that they can use for role play and a description of those homes in the Discord channel. So only they see it because only they know where the home is, unless they invite you, and then you'll be able to see where they live. So that's the stuff that goes on in our Discord. So for all those of you that are watching, wondering what we're talking about, if you follow and again, the banner for some reason, my StreamYard's really messed up. And and not that one. It's this one, and it's reset everything at the beginning. So I've been realizing that I had to reload all the images and everything else at the last minute because it reset the screen on me. So yeah. Anyway, so that's where we're at. This basically is a continuation of adventures that have been taking place in the town of Kelpwood over the past couple of weeks. The individual known as Creek Snapfang has been hiring a group of individuals from Kelpwood, two of which are here right now at the beginning of this adventure, and that would be Fade and Cassanthor. You guys have been hired, and you guys know about what's been going on. Some of your colleagues and your friends that were looking around as the word came down the pipe today that you're needed again to go out on more missions. They're not available at the moment. So basically, bringing up the slack is a few other individuals, and we're going to get into it in depth. One is another Ursus Bearfolk, bringing the grand total of Ursus Bearfolk in the town of Kelpwood to 2. So there are 2 of you now here in this town of 4 villages. And the other one is a bit of an oddity this far south near the ocean, especially here in Kelpwood, but also amongst his own. One of the element folk from the north, and that would be another individual that will be joining the party. So I'm going to go through who's here and let them introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where you can find them if they want to be found, and then tell you about the character they are playing today. So we are going to start on the far left. I guess if I'm facing the other way, whichever. That's going to be Brother Bear. You're going to be over this. What am I doing? This way. This way. I hate cameras. This way.
Reverse what you think.
So, Brother Bear, I will let you tell everybody who you are and who it is that you are playing.
Hello, everybody. I am Tribby. I will be playing Brother Bear. You can find me on almost all platforms, Tribby Joestar. Brother Bear is essentially is new here. You feel me? I've only had, 1 or 2 adventures here so far, and I'm really just looking forward to just making headway in you guys' universe and just getting a lot more time.
Yeah, we're going to have to get to that in a second, because the last time you were actually with us as a group, as from where Fade and Castlethor are originally from, we were in another region. It was hundreds of miles to the north. So we've kind of alternated things. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
Fade Zamora, who are you and who is Fade Zamora?
Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm playing Fade Zamora. She is a Cellopherne of the Umbraskyon variety. Her skin is very dark and has a few little swirlies through it. Her eyes are also dark, and she has pointed ears and purple hair. And they're a folk that are descended from, with both the touch of the fiendish and the celestial in their background.
A little bit of both worlds. And next to Fade is another new individual in town. This is the little element folk. This is Charisse Gallowstay. Is that it?
Gallowstray.
Gallowstray. Charisse Gallowstray.
Who are you, and who is Charisse?
I'm Garrett, and I'm going to be playing Charisse Gallowstray. He is an Umbran myth weaver, very mysterious, and we'll leave it at that for now. Very mysterious.
Very mysterious. He's already a mysterious fellow to begin with, but a myth weaver makes him even more so. And last but not least, we have Cassanthor. Cassanthor, who are you, and who are you playing, and who is Cassanthor?
Hey everyone, I'm Dave. I'm playing Cassanthor, kind of a mainstay a little bit here. Cass is a nearly 7 foot tall, a 400-pound Ursa giant barbarian. Just a big poo bear. Despite
Yeah,
what he looks like.
essentially. I think around town, that's pretty much the way some of the young folk look at Cass and Thor. They've come to kind of like him, and a lot of the townsfolk seem to trust him a little bit. And even though the company he keeps is not always the best company, he's been known to be in the company of Laszlo Siltgut, who is generally a little bit on the shady side within the market, but that's neither here nor there, and that's something that people watching might want to join our Discord and find out what's going on in town. However, this time the
I think of a food man. Last
You're not even in there yet. That's gonna be a good storyline there. The fourth bell tolls it cuts the human air. Actually, wait, stop. Time out. I forgot. We know how Charisse walked into town.
Yeah.
Brother Bear, the last you were with people around the group, you were in the region of the Middlelands, north of here. It is a lot of grassland and mysterious forests and whatnot. A pretty friendly environment. You did a quest over there and got some rewards. And whether or not maybe it's wanderlust and you're just wandering around a little bit, or you're looking for more work, you've taken off the Golden Road in the Middlelands. There is a spot right near the river, which is the Silvervale Run, that is kind of marshy off to the south side of it, leading from the road all the way to the coast. So that marshy area has basically a plankway, a decking. It spans from the Golden Road all the way south, over 100 miles of this particular decking that leads into the town of Mistwood. Or not Mistwood. Yeah, they're getting confused. Town of Kelpwood. Kelpwood is all marshland. The people of Kelpwood don't view it as the villages. They view all of the marsh as their home. So to them, that is Kelpwood. However, the four villages that make up Kelpwood, the main one that you come into is Croakmire. That is the location of the biggest docks in the area. It's where only the biggest ship, any big ships would have to come in. It's the only place that they'll fit. To the west of them is Swamp Shade. Words are being difficult for me today, and I apologize for the mix-ups. But Swamp Shade, because for the past couple of days we've actually been talking about this too, the locations and where everything is laid out. So we've got Swamp Shade off to the west, and that again, it's a little bit more isolated. It's almost an hour's walk to get there. And it's a little bit further out. And then if you go east though from Croakmire, you do have the small little village of Mud Hollow that Charisse found himself wandering in earlier today, getting into trouble or people out of trouble or whatnot. But realizing, this isn't the main part of town, he ended up going back the other direction. So Mud Hollow is basically a working class community of the marsh folk. It's where they do a lot of the boat repairs and skiff building and so on. That's what that happens. And then further out to the east, you have Bogwatch, which is right on the furthest edge of the marsh as it enters into the oceans of the Thunder Gulf. And that's also a very spiritual place. That's where the main bell that rings, that symbolizes time in Kelpwood, when you hear the ringing of the bell, that's how that is done. And then just beyond that is a place that is known in our Discord as the Leviathan's Coil. It's a religious place. It is also where the marsh meets the actual river delta of the Silvervale Run. So that's kind of how the layout of the town is. So Brother Bear, you've come into town and you're kind of in the middle of the in Croakmire, and the main area you come to is the brine court. The brine court planking. It's laid out all around the middle of the town. It's also where the brine court bazaar is. Below it is in the main docks, where off of those main docks is tethered the Barnacle Barge, which is the bar that's in town. So and that's kind of the layout of the way it is. So right at this point, the fourth bell tolls. And it cuts the humid air, and bronze notes rolling over swaying walkways, reef-dyed fabrics snap like sails on rope lines. Smoke from eel grills drift above the baskets of shells, making Cassinthor's mouth water. Traders jostle coin, and coins clatter. Brine grit crunches beneath your boots. What are you guys all doing right now in the bustle? Are you listening in? Are you watching the stalls? Like what's everybody doing? And we'll start with Brother Bear. What is Brother Bear doing right now in the bazaar as you've come into town for the first time, looking for work, looking for something?
As Brother Bear, his first time in the town. So you said there's a bell tolled and there's like a bustle of people.
Yeah, you've kind of come into this again. This is like stilt villages. Think Malaysian, like Malaysian swamp or bayou for combination of kind of atmosphere that you've got. So stilt houses and buildings, and everything is built on causeways and plankways and decks and docks, and there's rope bridges and driftwood bridges built everywhere. The people are of all kinds, but there's a lot of sea folk from the area, moss collars, which look like smaller frog folk. You've got bog watchers who are like bigger toad-like individuals. Then you've got the tide collars and all the rest of the sea folk ancestries that are in the region. So, and then you heard a bell toll as you came in, which, I mean, you're looking at the time of day and you're not sure what the toll means, but people just are going about their business. They take note of the bell ringing, but they just go about, trading and coins and everything else. There's a lot going on. This seems to be like the central market. As I said, you're kind of in a market. There's multi-levels in decking, and then down on the lower decking is the main docks and the Barnacle Barge and whatnot. So,
as an Ursus, as this typically would not be my environment. So, Brother Bear is paying attention to anyone who is taking any exceptional note of him or any of the other party members if we're outsiders. So I'm looking for whoever's looking at us.
Okay, I need you to make me a perception check, and Cassinthor, I need you to make a perception check.
All right. Oh. What are you two? 7.
7. Okay. So
my perception is 12 plus 2, so 14.
14. Okay. So with a 14, Brother Bear, you're looking around. Pretty much everybody's kind of looking at you. At first they don't. Then it seems like everybody's taking a second glance. It's like they see you and almost like acknowledge you, but then they look back again and kind of look at you strange. You notice, Cassinthor, you're just minding your business in the market. I mean, there's people everywhere. There's smoked eel.
Eel.
You're like, ooh, eel. There you go. But Brother Bear, you're looking across and you see another like yourself. You don't see very many other Ursus outside of the northern realms and regions. You've come across the occasional one, but in a place like this, which is where you'd probably least expect to find one of your own, you do, and you see him over, and he's standing by a vendor's stall eating something. So that is what you see currently. Fade, what are you doing at the moment?
Looking for Creek. Because we're told.
At this point in time, you don't see Creek at the moment.
Okay. Then if she sees Cassinthor, since she knows Cass would walk over to him and
you guys know your regular pattern, so you can bump into
greet him.
Cassinthor, no problem.
Okay.
So Cassinthor, Fade comes over to greet you. So that's what you guys are doing. Cherie, what are you doing as you're taking all this in? Because you kind of got lost earlier and ended up in this kind of smaller, muckier part of this town. And now that you're here, it's really like out of sorts because it's so vibrant. You've got colors and you've got fruits and fish and trade, and all the people are everywhere. There's even that are known as non-ancestral species around. For example, I mean, you've got the bog collars and the moss dancers, but beneath them, you've also got bullywugs. Bullywugs never evolved to anything. I mean, that's not, everybody thought, that's where everybody came from, but no, a bullywug is a bullywug, and they're around, and they're not used, inappropriately. They're part of the society. They may be a simpler part of the society, but they are part of the society. And again, everybody, it seems to be very environmentally conscious in the swamp, which is odd. As you kind of, you're noticing that Fade knows it more than some, and so does Cassenthorn now. But you two being new, you're kind of going, this is different, for sure.
Sure.
So what
he is kind of hanging around a little bit. He's trying to stay out of view if possible, and he's following Fade, mostly because he likes her hair. It's when you look at Charisse, he is dressed in a black suit with tails. His coat has tails, like tuxedo tails. He's got like a white shirt. He's got a black tie, but the coat, upon kind of further inspection, looks almost leathery. Like it looks like it might be armor rather than it looks more than just aesthetic. But it presents itself as
so you're trying to do a blend and watch.
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to do.
He carries a little chain. It's got a little jewel on the end. He's got some sunglasses on. He's got a long mustache, long black hair, and he follows Fade stealthily, if possible, because he's not sure. He sees her going towards the two very large bears, and they all seem to kind of stand out, and so he.
Yeah, you see the one bear standing at a food vendor. Looks like he's eating something.
Sure.
The other one is maybe 30 feet away, but has made contact. But the two of them aren't looking at each other. But the other one is looking at him.
Yeah,
Fade is definitely going towards.
I'll approach Fade and kind of tap my cane on the ground a little bit and say, "Hello,
Okay.
I'm new in town. I'm looking for work. Do you happen to know of any job opportunities that could be available for someone like myself?" He's got a very thick Spanish accent.
Fate looks down at him and smiles and says, the best way maybe to ask is that fellow over there, and she directs him to the guy that does all the rentals and stuff for the council and what have you.
Oh, you mean the one that showed you your apartment?
Taryn Hook.
Taryn Hookskill?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Taryn looks pretty busy at the moment as that's happening. Now, Brother Bear, were you making your way towards the other Ursus?
Yes.
Okay. So you basically what's happened is, Cass, you're standing there eating. Fade's come over, kind of tapped you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Whatever, making their small talk. When Cherie showed up, and Charisse, not Cherie. Charisse goes up and kind of taps Fade on the elbow, and asks about a job. And at that moment, right. Like on the other side of Fade and Charisse comes this fellow Ursus Bearfolk. right towards you. And as this happens, the crowd that's kind of around you, because you guys know the bazaar it's busy at this time of day. The crowd parts, and a young marsh folk woman. By marsh folk, she's a local of the marsh. She's not an outsider or anything else. She's a local of the marsh, and you can tell. She stumbles forward, and she's clutching a torn kelp cloth. Please, my master Lauren is gone. The loom, it's whispering again. Laszlo, you see him off to the side, sitting up on a crate as usual. He grins, selling fear, of course. A rival weaver hisses. Bad luck follows shellbind. The hum of voices rise like a tide. What are you guys doing right now as you see this girl? She looks really shaken. And everybody's trying to either capitalize or exploit the situation a little bit. Some are paying her no mind. But what is Laszlo seemed a little out of place at this point. Cass, you're the one that knows Laszlo the most. It just seemed inappropriate. Where the other ones, again, you're not sure what to do. So but this has all gone on at once. So you got a brand new Ursus Bearfolk. You got this little Elliman fellow asking about jobs, and then Cass and Fade, you're kind of there like you have been every day for a while now, and everything seemed as usual. But this has all gone on at once. So starting with Cass and Thorpe, because you were turning around, noting Charisse, and then at the same time, the corner of your eye, you catch sight of Brother Bear. What is your reaction? And then around you is going on with this marshfolk woman. So what are you doing?
First, when Cass meets eyes with the new Ursus, he has not seen another Ursus in years. He looks kind of excited, but then he hears the marshwoman, and as he is when he's always here, his focus turns directly towards her and walks over. Oh no! What's wrong? What can I do?
So you're moving basically to shelter and confront her at this point.
Yes.
What about you, Fade? What are you doing? And you're going to need to roll me a persuasion and or intimidation check to keep people at bay and kind of get her. Or just double checking here. Actually, make an insight check. Sorry, Cass, an insight check. Fade, what are you doing? You're now caught off guard as well.
Yes.
Again, you were talking with Charisse, and as you look up, you see the woman, but now you also, the corner of your eye, see another Ursus Bearfolk, maybe 5 feet behind you. What are you doing?
She stops a minute, says, "One moment," to Charisse,
Of course.
and looks a little closer at the other Bearfolk and says, "Oh, how interesting. Why 2 newcomers in one day?"
17, Deacon.
17 for you on the insight.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then her gaze darts over to the woman that Cass and Thor went over to talk to.
Okay. So that's what you've done. Charisse, you were right there, and Fade has now just looked down to say, "Excuse me," but you've now noticed that there's another large, that you'd already spotted him before you came over, that was moving in this direction. The Brother Bear is there. The other bear that was eating food is now run over to help this woman. And Fade is just kind of looking curiously
Yes.
at things. So what is Charisse doing?
He is investigating the crowd to see if anybody looks odd or looks suspicious.
The whole crowd does.
What's that?
I said maybe the whole crowd does.
Yeah, well, it is possible. Well, it's the whole crowd. I'm assuming he's surprised, but I think that's what he's looking for, is maybe somebody who isn't surprised, or somebody who is like leery about, like looking around too much or something like that.
Roll me an insight check as well.
Oh, sure. Can I cast guidance on myself?
Yes, you can. I want to get all these dice rolls in place and out of the way before we go through it.
Yeah, for sure. Guidance. Ugh, thank God I'll need that. Jesus. Actually, I'm gonna roll that with cock dice. Yeah, all right. 8.
An 8.
I'm normally better with that.
All right. So, Fade, you've done yours. So, Brother Bear, you are the last to react. As you're just about 5 feet from reaching where your fellow Ursus Barefoot was talking with this woman, and there's now this little guy there in front of you, and you, again, out of the corner of your eye, as you were focused on this group, you see this woman and this scuffle or this incident happen. What is Brother Bear doing as you've witnessed all of this?
As I've witnessed all of this, I would immediately like to go towards the woman who was in the scuffle, and I would like to make a strength check to literally just lift her like out of the middle of this crowd into the air, maybe into my arms, to where maybe she's a little safer from everything. And then I would like to hit. Your name is Cassanthor, sir?
Yes.
Okay, and then I would like to turn to Cassanthor, and I just want to cock my head to the side and say, "Bro."
Oh. Family.
Bro.
Yeah, that's generally the way it is for Ursus Barefoot, for sure. So you've now all at this situation. So Fade, you're still the only, like, Fade, you and Charisse are kind of standing backish still a little bit, and I will let you know what you go. So first of all, Charisse, your insight detects that pretty much everybody here is a little bit on the shady side.
That's fair.
But for the most part, nothing.
I rolled a
really
17
malicious
on that athletics, by the way.
Yep, we're gonna get to that. But you realize that observation, that no one seems to be malicious towards her or anything else, more of exploitatious. This Laszlo bog collar fellow, the one that's got all these chains and shells dangling from it, and he sits on a crate that looks a little bit out of sorts. Okay. And he's just kind of, he seems to be a little bit on the aggressive side, but more like a grifter than anything else.
I would like to, if I can, try to distract the crowd. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and have like a fireball in my hand, and just like, and then just out of nowhere, just be like, "Oh, everybody, look over here!" And then I'll just jump the fireball from one hand to the other and create a whole distraction so nobody's looking at this woman if they see me.
So while I go on to what's happened with their rolls, I need you to make me a persuasion with advantage. Sure. Cassanthor, you went over to kind of check on her and to see if she's okay. Her grip tightens as you come over on that torn cloth. And she glances away. You sense something you probably weren't expecting. Guilt. That's what you sense from that. Brother Bear, you've come over now as Cassanthor there is kind of talking to her, and you've picked her up and cradled her in your arms, and you can make me because to keep people away, you're going to need a little bit of an intimidation factor in that. So an intimidation roll.
I rolled a 21 for persuasion.
21 for persuasion.
21.
Well.
Nice.
Okay. And then with that intimidation is...
Intimidation, I got an 8.
Okay. So
can I give him advantage because I'm there with him?
If you want to add to it, yes, to kind of make it like your brothers in arms.
I wouldn't
let
anyone come near her if she was upset.
So, Brother Barry, you can make me another roll.
All right.
Oh, that's tasty.
All right. I rolled a dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. So with the two of you, or I should say technically 3, with the 2 Ursus bear folk kind of intimidating the crowd to move them back, and then the crowd all of a sudden being really distracted with a magician of sorts, a wizard, or who knows what, doing all kinds of mystical and magical things over there. So they are quite distracted from the situation. And the bazaar itself is where you are, where the group of you are right now is fairly quieted compared to the rest of where everything is going on. You're right on the verge of things, Charisse, where you take a step in one direction, it's loud and there's people all around you watching what you're doing, but part of you can still kind of overhear what is going on with the situation.
Sure.
Now I just want to make this note here.
He'll make a big show of it, and then eventually bow. And once the crowd is kind of keeping an eye on the situation around, he'll keep them distracted as long as it's necessary, I guess.
Okay. So as things kind of quiet for the moment around you, what you all hear, and Brother Bear, you hear it clearest of all because she's in your arms. Cassanthor, you hear it pretty clearly, and then Fade and Charisse last as you hear it is you hear her say, "Please, before the whispers fade, the loom house," and she points in a direction.
Cassanthor will turn to Brother Bear. How fast are you? And just heads into the direction that she points.
Okay. She does ask, by the way, Brother Bear, to be put down at the moment, if you don't mind, now that everything's kind of cleared away.
Can I sniff her? Pause. Nothing, not a weird sniff, but like a is she a weirdo sniff?
No, like you're smelling for things that shouldn't be, other than brine and kelp. No, there's nothing abnormal about her. She is a coastal-born human folk, but a little bit more ragged than most coastal-borns that you've seen before.
Okay. So I do indeed sit her down.
Okay.
And I give her a chocolate coin.
Okay.
And then I run off after. I gotta read his name again.
Yes, Cassanthor.
I run off after. I run off after Cassanthor. I'm like, "Yo, bro, wait up!"
So this is the scene you guys are seeing right now, and you've got Charisse. You definitely notice it because your whole intent was to distract from what was going on.
Yeah, sure.
This Laszlo Siltgut that seems to be like a real grifter in the market, and pretty much controls a lot of the economy and the trade in the area. He just looks at this scene with a raised brow at this point, especially after the 2 Ursus bearfolk just thundered off down the driftwood planking and off in a certain direction. Mm-hmm. So you notice Laszlo, just as I said, looking curiously. Fade, you need to make me a history check.
Okay. And I would follow those guys when they took off.
Yeah, Cass would
So
have
she
called
starts to head off as well. Charisse leaving you behind.
My history check.
Charisse, how big are you? Like what's your size?
He's only about 5'9". He's not super tall.
5 foot.
I grabbed Charisse as we're going by because he said he wanted like adventure and work.
Because
Come
element
on,
they
Bush.
say are
I
more
just
than 5
grab
feet
him
tall.
and just take him with me
Oh,
if he'll allow me.
okay.
He's a little on the short, maybe 4'9", 4'10", 4'5". Yeah, you'd be really, really tall for 5'9".
Just a little one.
Okay, yeah. So
Not quite a wee folk, but you know.
Sharice
So
will
you're
follow
getting
along
basically,
happily.
yeah, and you're kind of. It wasn't really meant to like drag you, but this bear folk that's going past you just kind of grabs your arm, and you know, you want to adventure,
That's
and then off he's trudging. So what did you roll in your history there, Fade?
21.
21. Very nice. You know where the loom house is
Okay.
as you're running. So you basically are either catching up with them or calling out directions. So what is it you're doing to try and direct them to make sure they're going in the right direction? Because right now
Yeah.
they're not.
I would be calling out saying, "Hey, going the wrong way. You gotta go this way. No mouse over here." Pretty
Okay.
much.
So you're being given directions, Castle Thor. Make me an intelligence check.
oh, 16.
Is that a bad
I rolled
laugh, or-
18
Hey,
minus
there
2.
you go.
So 16.
You actually do quite well as she's given directions, and you manage to find the place that is known as the Loom House. And you kind of look at this old building as run down as it is in a way. And let me just put this. There you go. And you go in to investigate, and threads sway through shutters. A soft hum vibrating in the ribs of the room. Salt, glitter, dust the floorboards, especially across the room near the feet of the loom. What is everybody doing as you've come to the loom house and you've kind of doors ajar, you've walked in, this is what you see.
I'm gonna cast aid on my 3 party members, so they all get 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Sweet.
Just kind of whirl my cane around, and it's weird because it emanates a purple kind of a glow to it, and you see the same kind of glow from Sharice, but only when you're not looking at him. It's like a kind of a corner of your eye thing. When you're not seeing him, it almost like he has 5 temporary. He's got like a weird kind of a glow, but only when you're not looking at him. It's like when you turn your head directly, and when you look at him again, it's gone. It's just he looks normal, but it's
Okay.
really weird trick of the eye.
That's what you're doing. Cass and Thor, what are you doing?
Due to
That you
past
kind of see this in
adventures,
front of you?
due to past adventures, Cass has heard spirits and voices, so he stops as soon as he enters. Puts Sharice down, and just listens
Thank you.
for voices and spirits to see if he can hear anything.
So you're just doing a listen check.
Yeah,
Okay.
insight or perception.
So you're I'll do a perception for you.
All right. With this +2 to Marsh, no, it's just with people. Never mind. 14.
There's no spirits around. None that you can tell right now. Not immediate. At least you can't sense them. I mean, it's not something you're skilled in, but you were hoping maybe. Fade, what are you doing when you kind of see this room? Now, Neva has followed along behind you guys, in behind at the back of the line, basically. So she's present.
Okay, so she would ask Neva, you said her name was? She would ask Neva where that she saw or heard, whatever it was, it startled her. What did she see? She'd ask her to direct us.
Well, she make me actually a persuasion check.
Okay.
As all this is happening, Brother Bear would like to place his hands on. Is there like a sort of
porch or like a pillar or anything on the front of
Yeah, there'd be like
house?
not pillars maybe, but more of a like a thick
post or
door
something?
frame.
Okay, I would like to place one of my giant Ursa hands on the door frame and
Yep.
cast detect magic.
Nice.
Okay, very nice.
14, by the way.
And a 14 for your for persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay. All right. So she starts leading you in to this room. You're doing the casting of the spell as well, or you're doing a detect magic. This is something that most of the people here that have been in Kelpwood already know. There's an underlying hint of magical essence everywhere in the marsh. It's not, you're not getting like a large ping in this particular room as you're going in. There is you're not sure 100% of what's going on. Like you're trying to sense everything and feel for what's happening and direction wise. Make me an Arcana roll as well as you're doing this.
I got an 11 on the Arcana roll.
Okay. You're not sure which direction it's from, but there is a large presence of magic somewhere within maybe 100 yards. You feel it, but then it goes, it's gone. As it's there. For the persuasion with Neva, she leads Fade inside and across, and she basically the hum deepens as you go further in, almost like a familiar rhythm, like oars pulling against the current. Beneath this thin mattress that she shows you, it is moss wraps around it, and she pulls out this thing as well from beneath. It's covered in a lump of moss, and she unwraps it. It's a carved tooth marked with a glyph. And as she puts it in your palm, it chills your palm. Like it's cool to the touch.
Whose palm?
Yours. Because she led
Okay.
you into a place and she's like, here.
Okay. What is this? She asks Neva.
She doesn't really say anything as of yet, and it takes you off guard for a moment because you start to hear it as you're holding this, and you're looking at her and you're asking her what is this? You start to hear like a hymn, like a chanting, a song. You're not really sure what it is at this moment. You can try a history or religion check if you wish to figure it out. You've got the tooth. You can see the glyph that's there.
Yeah,
What's
I can
everybody
do
else doing while Fade's looking at standing by this mattress in the corner?
I got a 13. It's the same for history or religion for her. 13. Same.
It's called the Backward Tide. It's a hymn that's tied to very ancient. You only know this from reading up and seeing things around town and that you've heard of before. It's tied to ancient marsh pacts with certain individuals or beings. Yeah, you know what it is. You might want to note that it is called the Backward Tide. Again, these are things you may need for
the
future
song
episodes.
is the song that the
hymn. The
carved
hymn.
tooth
It's a religious song.
is playing. Okay.
It's you hear it almost like people are singing it, almost like a choir is singing it.
Are we able?
Or
Sorry, go.
I'll say Casanor would turn to Neva and be, so where did you see him last?
She kind of around you, like she's just pointing everywhere, and it's almost like she's expecting you to react to something that you're not getting. And she seems to be referencing, and Fade, you're noticing this as this conversation is going on. She seems to be referencing the hymn, the singers, that seem to be all around you, but nobody else seems to be able to hear at the moment. What about Charisse? What are you up to?
Is there like a source of where the singing is coming from, or is it just
You're
like
not
all
hearing
around
singing
everywhere?
You don't
Oh,
hear
never mind.
singing. Only Fade hears it.
Never.
She's holding something in her hand.
So, can Fade ask her what's different? What's wrong? Sorry.
Oh, well, Charisse, what are you doing?
No, you're good. I'm not really sure. I think at this point I'm just kind of looking around,
just watching. Brother Bear, are you doing anything more specific?
Investigating the room, maybe, or
okay.
Yeah.
Looking around the room.
I don't really have any ideas at this point.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much in the room. It's like an old loom, like one that hasn't been used in a while. A lot of it's broken down. It just seems to be where she's staying, or has been. Maybe she's homeless and just crashing here. Fade knows firsthand there's a cost to living in Kelpwood, so she might not be able to afford such, but there really is very little in this room. Brother Bear, was there, as I said, is there anything specific
I think he was in the bathroom.
Oh, he had to. Okay, he took a break. So, what were you doing again, Casanor?
Casanor was just, like I said, asking Neva like what was going on, where she last seen him. Oh, I don't.
And then she. Oh, so you were asking her, yeah, where she last seen him. So she kind of snaps out of it for a minute, like again, like she's hearing something that you're not, and then looks at you, and goes, the salt trail. And then she starts heading off towards a door leading out the back, and she goes this way, as she nods towards this gap as she kind of goes out the door and nods between a gap between shacks that is out back, and it smells strongly of eel, fresh and not so fresh, as you kind of reach that particular spot, going forward. And I'm going to.
The cast would definitely fall behind.
Yeah, so you guys get past that, and you take a step out, seeing these gaps between shacks, and you're seeing a lot of shacks just like this. They're close. There's decking that goes from one to another. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there's stairs that go into the water. Sometimes there's just ropes that go across. It looks like maybe they climb across on the ropes. There's bridges along the way and so on. Definitely not something like this is going kind of into some of the marshlands. Like no big ships would come in here. Maybe a small skiff would fit through some of these channelways as you go through. And it's like an alleyway for Kelpwood. And it breathes brine. The air is thick, and it's starting to cool as the day goes on. Planks flex under your feet, especially with two big Ursus bearfolk above, and you're above the black water that reflects fractured slivers of daylight through the gaps in the planking. As the daylight is fading, and the gull's cry cuts sharp and lonely across the rooftops and the buildings that you see around you. It's odd, and it's starting to fade behind you because the gulls stay mostly closer to the coastal area. As you're going into the marshlands, you're not hearing as many of them as you normally would. The salt line threads between leaning walls and fish crates, weaving towards a slip where weathered mooring creeps and ropes sway like lazy serpents up ahead. Do you rush up quick? Do you creep forward? Try to make sure there's no escape for whatever it is that you're when you're following it. What's going on? Like, what's your intent at this point for everybody? Are you back, Brother Bear? No, maybe not. Okay. So
Fade would always move stealthily from shadow to shadow, quietly as possible.
So you're trying to do shadow your advance, so you can roll me a stealth check. What about Charisse? Charisse, what are you doing?
He is also doing. He does pretty much everything stealthily.
Okay.
He is always trying to stay out of sight. He doesn't like to be seen so much. Well, he does, but only at the right moments.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check as well, and CastleNdor.
I rolled a 17.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
I'm behind Neva, correct? Like she's in front of me?
Yes.
Oh, then I wouldn't hide. I would just make sure I would be as close as I could be to her without crowding her.
Okay.
Unless she's being quiet. If she's being quiet, then Cass would attempt to be quiet.
She is trying to be very quiet.
All right. Natural one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. So Fade and Charisse, you're being fairly quiet as you move forward to stalk this individual. Your steps are like whispers. Only the ropes creak above you as you're kind of moving, and you're finding yourself like you get to the edge of one deck, and all of a sudden there's nothing but one of these ropes going across. And then you see the salt trail move further on, and you cross over, and you're kind of weaving through alleyways and streets is the only way to describe them, but you're in a swamp. That makes any sense. It's all decking and docks and everything, right? So that's what your stealthing has done. As for CastleNdor, with yours, you're just drawing attention to yourself. She's pretty quiet as well, but there's a few people that look out of their shacks, but they're not looking around or anything like that. They're looking directly at CastleNdor because you've made the sound, and they just kind of look surprised at first, and then one person down from further down the alley on the other side. On the one side of the waterway is just kind of sitting by their door, and they go, "Oh, that's Cass from the bazaar," and they go, "Oh, okay." And they just all go about their business. So you seem to have been recognized by somebody in the region as you've kind of gone through. And as you guys press on, the planks narrow and tilt. They're forcing you single file at this point. A faint metallic tang rides in the air, and that the one that just kind of on your tongue, and it just doesn't want to go away. Ahead, a crouched figure hunches at the slip's edge, and they're pitching a vial of some kind into the water. The liquid bursts into silver threads that drift down and vanish into the shadows of the swamp. A slow, unnatural churning begins beneath the surface. What do you do?
Cass would break into a full run, moving at 80 feet to catch this person, because he knows that's not how you treat the water here.
Okay.
Stop.
So you're rushing ahead. Charisse, what are you doing? You notice right beside you the bear's taking off.
Well, it's time for action, apparently. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
So
you kind of step out a little bit forward and you cast the spell. Do you continue to walk forward?
Yeah. I'll get within like 20 or 30 feet of them. I don't want to be like right up there, but if
and just to ask, Cass, were you trying to get right up to it?
Oh, I'm running. I'm going 80 feet, and I want
so you're
to.
Trying to get right up. Charisse, you're trying to get to like 20 or 30 foot mark.
Yeah.
David, what are you doing?
I would be moving up there too if they're moving up there.
Okay. So you're just moving. I mean, Charisse cast a spell and move forward. Are you just moving forward? Are you doing anything else specifically? Preparing a weapon?
No.
Are you planning to talk to it?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Maybe.
So you're just moving forward. Probably. Are you keeping up with Charisse like 20, 30 feet away from it?
Yes.
Okay. So Brother Bear, you guys have followed through like a pretty well like a swampy alleyway like this salt trail, and up ahead is a shadowy figure, and Castle that is putting like dumping or throw something in the water that released a bunch of this silvery thread type stuff that went into the water and down. Cassanthor has raced forward and charging it. Where Charisse and Fade have kind of just moved forward at their normal pace to get within about 20 or 30 feet from it. What are you doing?
I would like to help Castlethor charge it.
Okay, so you're going to rush forward as well?
Yes, sir.
Oof,
Okay.
that's terrifying. 2 giant bears running at you.
Yeah. Exactly. So roll me, both of you guys. You can either roll a persuasion if you're trying to look nice about it, or an intimidation if you're trying to. I mean, you got 2 versus barefoot.
Is there a way to make that look nice? We're promised. We're just friends, I swear.
What? What's up, dude? I can't get you right now. I'm doing stuff.
17 intimidation.
Okay.
Nice.
And Brother
Sorry,
Bear.
I'm being distracted by my cat.
No, you're
That's
good.
okay.
You said I can roll intimidation or
Persuasion.
don't think Brother Bear is persuasive. Yeah, no. And I rolled a 23.
Nice. So you guys come in, you look at these 2 barreling Ursus bear folk moving in on it, and this individual that is covered there is hooded and hesitates. So just so you are aware, they have hesitated. Now, because you have succeeded here, you are gaining something for the next round. You are, all of you, gaining the first action. So you will all get a surprise attack in this particular round. And the smuggler loses their reaction as well. So I will bring that up. That's what you see now.
I don't like him.
That's great.
So
Oh,
the crouched figure hesitates a moment, but then whips around, a hooked blade glinting in the dim light.
Okay.
Below the slats, you can see these sleek eels veined with pale lightning writhing upward, disturbing the tide with these hungry ripples in the marsh itself. The planks are creaking under the weight of the water swelling beneath you. You guys get first action. The 2 of you, especially. Well, even the other 2 at a distance, you still get first action. So, Cassanthor and Brother Bear, what are your initial actions on this individual?
Cass lets out this bellowing roar, kind of like rumbles like thunder, and rages and grows to a larger size. And I want to grapple this person.
Okay. So you're rolling to attack.
To physically just like restrain.
Yep.
All right. Aha. That would be a 21.
Okay, a 21. So yeah, you definitely hit it. And for right now, until their action, you have it held. So it is restrained as you've grabbed him. Brother Bear, what are you doing as Cassanthor grabs a hold of this thing and is kind of almost like bear hugging it? Forgive the pun.
You are frozen.
I would like to. Oh, can y'all not hear me? Hello?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Picture froze a second. Start back up.
She's got him. Well, if he's got him grappled, I would like to check this mysterious character. I would like to search them rather aggressively.
Okay. So you are trying to kind of go through what they have. At this point, where did we go? There he is. Okay, roll me an investigation.
Spicy.
14 plus 1, so 15.
15. Okay, 1 second. Let me pull something up. My goodness. It's the only part that's a little bit slow is when I have to pull up specifics. It makes it a little bit tricky for me. And I have to refer to my database. This is where that does come in handy because it would take me forever to find specifics. Okay, so as you're pulling stuff out of their pocket, they're armed with that dagger that you see, the hooked dagger, but also a hooked scimitar at their belt. There is a scrap of a piece of map, and there is a moss token pouch, which is it's like a marsh felt almost. That's made into a pouch, and inside there are small charms.
Okay, I would like to take all of these items from him, not to keep. I would like to just take them and remove them from him. Okay. And he's still restrained, correct?
Yep.
I would like to press my. No, I don't even want to use a dagger. I would like to use one of like the nails on the end of like one of my paws, or like I guess my Ursus nails, whatever. I would like to place one by this character's eye, and I would like to growl at him and move again, and I'll take your eye out.
Okay, so you're doing that. Like you've kind of just patted him down and grabbed the stuff that you grabbed, and then you got the knife up. What about Fade? Fade, what is your action as you're seeing this guy grappled now, and now you see the other bear folk with a kind of a nail to the guy's eye. What are you doing, Fade?
What do I see going on the water where he dumped this stuff?
Those things are still writhing around and causing the surface of the marsh to bubble up with electricity.
So I suppose I would come up to them and ask him, what did you just do?
Okay, so you were asking him what he did.
Yep.
And so that is what you're doing. So what I would need you to do...
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a persuasion check or intimidation.
18. So. Yeah, they're the same. So that's 18 plus 4, 22.
22. He just kind of says, well, you're going to find out sooner or later. And as that does, the tide starts to lift higher. And it's starting to the point where it's coming out up over top of the planking of the decking, the water, and it's swirling around your boots as blue arcs dance along the eels that are everywhere, and their slick backs. Lightning starts to crackle over soaked wood with a hiss and a snap. At this point, you've still got him grappled, but it is an initiative round, so we'll have to roll initiative for this. I just want to know at this point, this is what's going on, whether or not are you going to kind of hold this high ground with him? Are you going to kind of release him and shove him towards the water, or try to improvise a way out of this rising water? So with that, I need initiative rolls, guys.
Sorry, can I get an action as well, or?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, your free action. I forgot all about your free action.
That's okay.
Not bad.
I know I'm new here, but come on now. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on him.
Okay.
So I need him to make a DC 13 intelligence saving throw. Please.
DC intelligence. Not the greatest. Plus one. Oh no, it's not plus anything. It's plus 0. So 16 straight roll.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Deacon.
Yeah.
I was when I stuck my nail to his eye, I was asking him about the piece of map we found before initiative starts. Did he say anything about the map, or?
Well, no, I'm just going by timing wise. Like,
Okay.
you came up, you had Castlethor grab him. You've had Fade come up and kind of question him. You've now got someone casting a spell on him, and you went in and searched his body and pulled all those stuff off him, and then you took a nail and put it to his eye. So that's about it for action wise that you're able to do at this point. So that's where we're at.
Okay.
So what happened with that Mind Sliver?
Nothing. He passes. Unfortunately, as a bonus action, no. I'd like to cast. Where the hell is it? Liminal Step, which means I can teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can see within dim light or darkness as a bonus action. Is there a space on a rooftop that's nearby that I can get out of the water? Somewhere like I can.
There are. It's like the image you see here. There are buildings.
Yeah, that's what
that are off the water, but the water is rising up pretty high. When you think about where this picture now, the water is over the decking. Yep. But yeah, so you'd have to get up on a canopy or a rooftop.
So I would like to. It's essentially Misty Step, but it only works within shadows, and so I have to find a place that's dark. And because it's dark out now, I assume that's possible.
It's getting dark, yeah, and the further you go into the swamp. Yeah. It's like the darker it's getting because the sun is going down in the west, and now you're kind of the mangroves and everything. It's murky at best.
Okay. So I'd like to teleport to a rooftop that's still within range, within like 30 feet, if possible, of this guy, but is more out of the water because I don't like water.
You're from where you are. I would say you're probably on top of maybe an 8-foot tall drying shed. Where they would use to dry out like the catch of the day, the eels or whatever, to prepare them. So it stinks.
The space kind of folds around him, and he disappears and then just reappears in like this sparkly image on top of this shed.
Okay, so we'll start with initiatives. Cass.
12.
Therese.
7.
Fade.
16.
Brother Bear.
5.
Okay. So, top of the morning to you. Top of the round, you have got. I need you to make a strength check first of all, Castlethor.
Okay. 25. That was a natural 20.
Big boy.
It's literally you're straining, Cass, as this guy is trying to force his way out. You're starting to feel they're a little bit odd. This is not a typical individual. This isn't human folk. This isn't necessarily sea folk. You're up close, and as you're holding them, they're a little bit slimy and slippery in the skin, as they almost got out of your hold, but they failed. So he is still held, so therefore he still has a disadvantage on his actions. He doesn't have his weapons, however. Okay.
That's good.
As that happens, as you're doing it, he's trying to force his way out. Cass and Thor, those eels that are all through the water and at your feet, they leap like a swarm of them out of the water, all this electricity charging through the air, and they leap right towards you.
Oh.
And I don't think they hit. It's a 10 to hit. So they miss and end up going right back into the water. But as you know, as he's trying to strain against you, all of a sudden these things come out and attack you directly. So that is the top of the round, and now we're going to go to Fade. You're up, and Cass, you're on deck.
You're muted, Fade.
Yes, and it just reminded me of that too. So it sees these eels come up out of the water and attack.
Literally, and attacked
Cass and
Thor.
Not cool.
Yeah. And is there any way she can strike back at those eels?
Yeah, well, of course you can. You see them in the water. Like, what are you doing?
I think she's gonna magic missile them.
Okay.
And she'll try to hit more than one of them.
All right, so that's an automatic hit, right? So
yeah. And so I think I get
it's
3
swarm
darts.
rules anyway, so you don't have to worry about targeting individual ones. It's a swarm of.
Okay, so 3 darts plus 1 per level. So it's a first level spell, so 1d4 plus 1 damage.
Yeah, so 3d4 plus 3, right?
So I did 4 damage with the first missile, 2 damage with the second, 4 with the third. 9 altogether.
Nice.
9. Okay. They're still around. You killed off a few of them. That's for sure. And then at that, we move to Cass and Charisse. You're on deck.
As my bonus action?
Oh, you got a bonus action? Okay.
Yeah, she's going to activate her innate sorcery.
Okay.
Which will make her spell save DC go up 1 and give her advantage on attack for any sorcerer spells.
All right, so you have that on you now at this point. So next up is Cass, and then we've got Charisse on deck.
I've never actually grappled someone before. If I release it immediately, I can attack, correct?
Yeah.
If I just yeah.
You just let go.
Yeah, Cass sees all this happening. He's gonna let go and immediately take a swing at wherever this figure is.
Okay.
All right. Reckless. As Cass and Thor pulls his sword out, you notice that it kind of vibrates. That's 18 to hit.
Okay. You hit for sure.
All right. And another 18 to hit.
Brother Bear, who was just standing there, sees this and says, "Damn, bro."
All right.
He hasn't even hulked out yet.
Oh, I did all that.
Oh, did you?
I raged.
So he's huge.
Yeah, I raged.
He's still large now.
He's
He's like 10.5 feet, 12 feet tall.
What the fuck?
Okay, 4,
He grew.
6, 8.
Oh, come on
7,
Why do dice keep falling all over the place?
25 damage with the first hit.
Oh my lord! Nice.
7 is radiant, and 8 because of my level 6 feature. 8 is thunder damage.
Nice.
And for the next swing, we got
He can't have a reaction, bro.
7,
Right there.
9.
You lost that because of your rolls in last team.
17 damage this time. 7 which is thunder, and 4 which is radiant.
My goodness, he's looking wounded for sure.
I'll teach you to mess with Kelpwood.
So yeah, he's definitely looking wounded. At that point, Therese, you're up. Brother Barry, you're on deck.
Question: with Eldritch Blast at level 5, I can shoot 2 beams. Does that mean I can shoot 2 beams at one person, or 1 beam at one person and 1 beam at another person? Does it have to be the same person that I shoot at?
I don't think it does. I think you can isolate them.
It doesn't say. It just says you create 2 beams.
Nope. Then these 2 beams going where you want.
Oh, you.
They said they're taking the word in their books more literally. So,
sorry, say that again.
Wizards of the Coast said that players need to take the wording in their books more literally now. So
You can split targets if that's what you're asking. Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you could. Yeah,
Yes.
if it was just one target or if you could slap. Okay, cool. In that case, I will shoot 1 beam at him and another wing. I'm doing Eldritch Blast, by the way. And another beam at one of the eels. But before I do that, I'm going to cast Living Legend, which means that I can deal extra radiant damage or psychic damage. In this case, psychic damage. Hopefully, anyways.
okay, are you casting a spell and then casting another spell in the same round?
No. Sorry, this is a it is
An ability.
class feature.
Okay. All right. Make sure to let me know that whenever you
Yeah, sorry, no, it's a class feature. So a 15 to hit.
You need 2 attack rolls, by the way. 1 for each beam.
Okay. So the first one is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
The second one is a 16
That's
to
the
hit.
one on the smuggler guy.
Okay, cool. And the second one is a 16.
That hits the swarm.
So let's see. The first one is 8 plus 8 force damage, and then an extra 2 psychic damage on top of that.
Okay.
And the second is much better. 9 force damage with an extra 2 psychic on top.
Okay. You got rid of some of them too.
And then I'll just kind of hang around.
They're
Like a
dropping
funny
like eels.
or something like that.
Like eels.
Hey, Brother Bear, you're up.
Brother Bear turns and looks at Cassanthor, and he says, he points to the smuggler. He says, "Hey, I got an idea. You think you can handle him?"
Oh yeah.
All right. I would like to run over to the water, and I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Ooh.
And I would like to are there any remaining eels left?
Yes, there are.
Okay, I would like to cast Speak with
They're
Animals.
about 1/3 the size of the swarm as they were before.
Okay. So
you're talking to what are you
as
saying?
a class feature, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals at will. I'm gonna ask them what is their purpose here? Like, why are you attacking us?
Again, because these guys don't have a language. It's the intention.
They're eels, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't they speak? What any animal speaks if you cast Speak with Animal?
Yeah, they do speak, but they communicate in more of an empathic and, symbolic way. Because again, they don't know how to articulate words, but they
for interpretation.
Yeah, it's usually pretty good. Like as a druid, if you're doing it, you're good at interpreting what they're trying to say, and you're getting the gist of it that they're being forced to do. what they're doing. And at that moment, we went through the whole round. No, we're good. No, we're still good. Oh no, this is the second round in. All right, that's right. So yeah, they are going to do that. The eels you're talking to jump out of the water right at your face. And that is a 16 to hit, Brother Bear.
Did you duck or did they hit you?
I'm gonna let it hit me.
Okay, so you kind of stand there. Where is my rest of my dice? That's not good.
As they're hitting me, I would like to give off the feeling that like I mean them no harm.
I'm running wrong, guys. 13 piercing damage.
Holy shit.
And because you are about ankle deep in water, you take an additional 5 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
As these things just... And
Don't forget your temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a reaction. So then it's the top of the round as the guy that's in front of you that you've let go. What's he gonna do? He jumps into the water. That's his movement.
Wait, did my bonus action get skipped?
What's that?
Did my bonus action get skipped? We're in initiative, right?
Yeah. What's your bonus action? Sorry.
I want a wild shape. I want a wild shape.
Okay. As into one of them?
Will you allow me to do that, or do I need to turn?
What's your level? What's the CR limit on your wild shape?
I'm a Circle of the Moon druid, so like 4.
No, what level?
4?
Yeah,
I need to know
Circle of the
what
Moon druid on the 20. It's level 4. Circle of the Moon druid up to level 4. My creature ratings, I can go to level 4.
So you can go up to a full CR4 creature.
2020, yes, as the 2024 rulebook, yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can turn into one of them.
Okay. I would like to turn into one of them.
Okay. And then into the water you go. So as you're in the water and they're doing it, and as I said, they've come up, they've attacked you, they've jumped back in the water. You turn into, as your bonus action, one of them, and you drop into the water with them. You guys all of a sudden don't see Brother Bear there anymore. He was there, and then all of a sudden you see a bunch of eels just going into the water.
This is a nice trick. I will have to learn.
So you see that going on, and as that's happening, the eels once again jump out of the water, and this time they're going for Fade.
This is why you should get up higher onto the high ground, so you're not in the water.
16 to hit?
Nope. She dances the other way.
They miss and they land back in the water. Okay, so that is their round. Unfortunately, they don't have their weapons because Brother Bear took them away. So next up is top of the round. We're back to Fade.
Okay, so let's see. So can I target the eels with a command spell, or would that only be since
You're
they're a
commanding
swarm?
a swarm. Yeah, it's just a swarm. It is basically an entity. Yes, you can
Okay.
target.
She's gonna target them with the command to sleep.
Okay.
They need to make
I
a
need
wisdom.
you to make me a spell. Actually, what would it be? No, let's do a wisdom saving throw.
That's right. So they need to do a wisdom saving throw to pass.
Yeah, but so do you.
Oh, okay.
You're actually doing a contested command at this point.
That is Do I add any modifiers to my 17 roll?
No, just your saving throw, whatever your saving throw is.
Wisdom is +1, so it's 18.
Okay. 18, you save. And they... and 18 as well. So
they've tried.
They're torn. Right now they're not doing anything at this moment. They're torn. They're kind of stuck in like a limbo, moving around the water. So you're not sure the full effect of your command. You've given it, they've received it, so you're not sure what's going on at this point. Next up is Cass, and then Charisse, you're on deck.
So how far am I from the smuggler?
He's about 5 feet down now into the water.
Okay, yeah, so I can reach him.
His head's sticking out, like he's just jumped off the deck into the water.
All right. Cass will take 2 more swings at him. Reckless.
Okay.
That is a 25 and a 14.
14 misses, 25 hits.
Already. All right. 13. 28 damage.
He falls into the water, starts floating, and at that, the eels still glowing with electricity, but it dims, and they take off. Like you can see them darting now through the water, and they're gone. As this guy falls into the water, that he's there. So what you have, I'm just going to bring it up again. You did get this. The hook, scimitar, and dagger. So you have those in your possession. You got them. You got the scrap of a map. There is a reef glyph in one corner. And you can roll me a history check. Actually, with advantage, fade.
History check with advantage.
Yes. Again, you've remembered the song 17? From earlier, that hymn. 17?
Yeah, 17, yep.
That reef cliff marking in the corner.
Oh, wait, that's actually higher.
The place in Kelpwood.
20.
Known as the Backward Tide Causeway.
Aha, and I'm still holding that tooth in my hand, too. Right.
Now, the other thing that you got off the smuggler was that pouch with something in it, with like little charm tokens in it.
Question: who's getting this info? Me or her? Because I have all of these items except for the weapon.
Yeah, you've taken them off, but everybody's seen the scrap of map that you're holding. The only thing that nobody knows what you have that you took off this guy is what's in the pouch.
Okay.
Everybody knows that there's you got this piece of map. And she kind of recognizes a symbol in the corner. You've got these 2 weapons, and then you got this pouch. What are you doing with the pouch there, Brother Bear?
Well, I guess I'm gonna end my wild shape and turn back to myself. So I'm gonna get out the water all shaggy and wet, and I'm gonna hold the pouch out for everybody and say, "Hey guys, I have this interesting pouch full of stuff. Let's see what's in here." And I'm gonna open the pouch.
Okay, you open the pouch. You see 10 tokens inside. They're small charms that are wrapped up inside. They are each marked with a glyph that you've seen very recently, both Cass and Fade. This is the glyph used by Creek Snapfang. These were his tokens at one point. They are charms. They are charms of water breathing. There are 10 of them. Each one has 3 charges. They can be used once a day. Like you can't use one and then use another one, but you can use one of them in a day, and then it makes it useless. But for 10 minutes, you can breathe water.
Nice.
So Fade would let them know that, hey, I've seen those. Creek had those. He gave them to us, said we can breathe underwater for like 10 minutes if we have those.
And you also find 50 gold coins in mix. Like there's probably silver and gold and copper, but just a mix of coins in this pouch. So that's what you guys get from him. And the eels have gone along their merry way. And the rain, it starts to spit down as the tide, the water level lower, and everything eases. And again, another smuggler probably down. You see another individual in a cloak, kind of coughs as he's sitting there, and a little puff of smoke goes off beside him as he sits. And you're kind of. I'll bring this up now so you can see this. Rainwater runs in rivulets along the warped planks, pooling around this prone smuggler that you've kind of gotten out of the water. Lantern light sways above, its glow painting the wet boards in gold and shadow. The smell of brine and burnt ozone hangs heavy from the electricity of those eels. The smuggler, again, not moving. He's completely limp. You see the body of the smuggler surrounded for a moment by those eels again, and lightning flare, like electricity flare. And it kind of, the body is laying there and it rolls over. And I don't know who's paying attention to the body.
Fade would definitely be looking.
Yeah.
Cass would have, yeah.
So
Yeah.
those of you that are looking
I
at
think
the
we all
body,
are kind of.
its head turns. Like you guys know, he's dead. But all of a sudden, the head turns, his eyes open, and out of its mouth, didn't care who she was. There's like a tinge of bitterness in their voice. Paid in moss tokens to take her to where the tide runs backwards. And then it just drops, like stops moving. You guys see this? What is your reactions as you see this?
Do you think he was talking about what he was doing? Or do you think the eels were saying that? She says.
I don't speak in my mind. I would like to see if I can recall any information about backwards growing reeds. If
The
that's
map
what
said
reeds grow backwards, or could you repeat that sentence again? I'm sorry.
the tide.
Sorry, the
tides are
tide goes backwards.
The tide. Yeah.
So instead of
This
it
is
rolling out, it rolls in, type of deal.
This causeway is the backward tide causeway.
You don't know where it is. You know it's here. You've heard it mentioned. But
Oh,
you're not sure exactly where that is.
not this causeway. Maybe the map leads there.
Perhaps we should follow the map then.
There's as you're having this conversation on this dock area, and that you kind of look around all of a sudden at that one old fellow that he was definitely smoking something from a pipe, and he starts kind of walking along the decking and kind of shakes his head at the riffraff, the body that's now on the ground, and just kind of looks at you a little bit, and he's like, there's always seems to be trouble sometimes at this time of year, and he shifts slightly, wincing. Looks like he's got a little bit of a pain. It looks like an older gentleman. He kind of makes a motion in towards the marsh. There's a plank causeway in the reeds over there. Looks wrong under the moonlight. That's where water forgets the moon. They produce a damp scrap of parchment again, looking almost like the exact same one that you already have that you've taken off him. He says, I found this earlier, and it looks like literally a copy of the map took piece. Pointing to that particular causeway. But this guy seems to know roughly which direction to point you in. Are you guys, what are you guys doing at this point? Are you marking the map? Are you just bringing the body back? What's your intent?
Cass would ask the gentleman, so this is where these people hang out? Where they go? Like, what is this a map to?
Brother would like to. I would like to study the bodies of the dead eels because I'm curious about the magic that was affecting them.
Okay. Just for the sake of the eels are an actual beast. They're a natural creature to this area. They're called storm-touched eels. They're very rare when you see them, and they are usually swarm. And there's like a swarm of tiny ones. There's like hundreds of them, right? When they come at you, and they were just under like a command spell. They were being forced to do the bidding of this particular individual that had power over them.
Okay.
Okay.
Did Fate's command spell then kind of neutralize that?
What's that?
Did
No,
Fate's
actually,
command?
you had a contested roll, and he beat you out.
Yeah.
His
okay.
command was stronger. It just wasn't. You weren't
Then
able-
brother would just like to write down notes, like because I brother has never seen these types of eels, so I just want to add them to my bestiary.
So you're having a seat on the dock and bringing out your journal, writing it all out.
Yes, sir.
So while you guys are, so what are you guys doing with the body of the smuggler? You bringing it back, or are you leaving it, or throwing it in the water? Like, what's your?
Maybe we should take it back to the council to see.
That's what I was thinking. We should probably bring it back at least. So, yeah.
Cass would just pick it up and boop on his shoulder.
I would like to give the bag of tokens to Fade. The water breathing things, the charms. I would like to give her the bag of charms. And I would like to ask Cheris?
Charisse, yep.
Cherise.
Yep.
I would like to ask him, hey bro, there's 2 weapons here. You looking like you might need one.
I will always take an extra weapon. Thank you. This is very nice of you.
So I tossed him the scimitar, and then I let out a little growl, and then I tossed the dagger to Kazanthor.
Cool.
So you guys do all the exchanges, and you divide things up. Whoever you want, you guys can divide those tokens up. There's 4 of you. There's 10 tokens.
Yeah, Fate would definitely make sure that each person has at least 2.
So make sure you guys record all that stuff on your sheet that you have. As you guys are moving back to the town, or with like body over your shoulder, bringing him back. You're moving back, and the rain starts to get heavier. It's starting to really come down. It's not spitting anymore; it's pouring. The lanterns that line the way here and there are sputtering. Beyond the reeds, the marsh, it's an eerie place if you're not used to it, because you're kind of going through these dark causeways, and you see, like, again, the black marsh and the stench and the algae and the dark mangrove trees over top. It's kind of an eerie presence in itself. And as you look out, it seems to hush, as if taking a breath. It's normally you hear the waves going against the stilts of the decking. You hear the frogs, and you hear the cicadas and all the rest of that, and it's just seems to be silent for a moment, and then it returns to normal as you're heading back. And back near the quieter edge of the bazaar, Neva clasps your hands with gratitude. You've done more than you know, she says. Her eye is drifting towards the dark marsh horizon as you're getting closer, and the charms you recover feel heavier than they should. Each moss-wrapped, I say token, but they're actually teeth. Just so you're aware is what these tokens are. They're teeth with a glyph carved in them. Yeah. So, it's a reminder of the whispers, because it's one thing, Fade, you're the only one that heard them, other than the girl. You, in the back of your mind, like that hymn that was being whispered, you
Mhm.
still hear it. It's
Okay.
still there in the back of your mind. It's not like overpowering you, but it's like that song you just can't get out of your head.
Yeah. She
Uh,
looks at Neva and she nods. In a way of letting her know that she knows she hears it.
And as you get by, and she just nods back at you, and you get back, and the market stalls are starting to close up for the day. Lanterns are bobbing in the wind and moving about, and somewhere past the reed lies a place where the water moves wrong. A plank causeway, waiting in the hush beyond the tide. From the shadowed horizon, a deep, resonant roar rolls across the marsh, vibrating the boards under your feet. And you're approaching the causeway, and again, there's still activity, but everything's shutting down for the night. And this is what you're feeling and seeing. This vibration, you can feel it under your feet. And for a heartbeat, the canal beside you flows upstream. You all notice it just for a moment, and then it returns to normal. And you almost to the point where you're second guessing yourself that now you were just seeing things or what have you. And that's only, as I said, for heartbeat. Dragging leaves and lantern reflections against the tide. Even the reflections seem to move. Like again, now you've got these two visions in your head, Fade, that just won't go away. That it's just kind of there, and somewhere out there, the marsh seems to be waking up. And with that, we are going to end episode 1 of Whisper Beneath the Weir. I want to say thank you, first of all, very, very much for everybody that's tuned in. We had one of our largest viewership totals of this series so far on a steady basis, which is fantastic. That's what we like to see. Again, the link is on the screen going past you. Check us out. Check us out on the socials. Come join us on Discord and just hang out. And if you want to actually play in this world or contribute to this world, you're more than welcome to do so. In the meantime, for everybody out there watching, we will see you next Tuesday with episode 2, of Whisper Beneath the Weir. So until next time, guys, may all your rolls be critical, even the 1, because sometimes a 1 is just as much fun. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Mhm.